Before you buy anything for Black Friday, watch to the end of this video. If it's your first Black Friday as a music producer, welcome. Here's some things you should keep in mind before spending any of your money. Right now, I have 3 different tabs open on 3 different websites you have to check before you purchase anything for Black Friday to make sure you're getting the best deal in order to save your money and buy some other dope plugins. The first one you want to make sure that you're checking out is r/audio production deals on Reddit. This is a great resource to find upcoming deals as well as finding freebies. So right now, if you click on this tab right here, these are all the plugins that are available for free right now. Highly recommend you bookmark this page and check it weekly. You never know when things are going to go up and never know when you might find some cool plugins you can try out for the first time. Also, just sorting through the actual subreddit is a great way to find deals. For example, you can sort based on hot as well as top and rising. I really recommend spend like 10 to 20 minutes a day just kind of scrolling and seeing what pops up is a great way to hopefully find new plugins and finding deals on plugins you were actually already going to purchase to begin with. Right now, what just got announced was FabFilter is running a 25% off deal for all their plugins on their websites. A couple other bigger heavy hitters here as well. I think Audio Imperia is running a plugin deal. I think it's up to 75% off for some of their plugins. So it's worth checking on here before you buy anything. If you want to get the best deal and you want to maybe try out and get some other people's opinion, that's a good place too. There's some sections here where you can see there's a bunch of comments and people are like, oh, like I'm not sure if I want to buy this plugin. People can give some accolades and people can give their opinion on it just to really see if it's worth it for you. Another useful tip and a great way to use this subreddit is actually looking at price history for any plugin you're interested in. So for example, if I wanted to buy FabFilter, I would type in FabFilter and I'm now going to search and check, okay, this was posted 7 months ago. They were offering 30% off effects back in April. Now they're only offering 25% 2 years ago. So it seems to be a pretty consistent coupon that's happening. You can see if you even scroll back farther, they're always going to do some sort of 25% off discount. They're not really doing anything that's too crazy, unless it's the anniversary sale, which happened 6 years ago, where they apparently offered 40% off everything, which is wild. It's always worth checking to see price history to just know like, hey, am I getting a good deal or is that product going to be potentially cheaper in the future? That's the first place I would really recommend right now. It's the audio production deals. All the links are going to be in the description as well. You can check out. The next one we're going to take a look at is JRR Shop. This website definitely looks like it's a bit dated, but I highly recommend you check it out because they do offer really good discounts for a lot of the plugins you might be interested in. For example, this was a plugin that I was looking at about a week ago where it was $79 for the intro price available from Sonarworks directly, but on here you can get for $50, which is crazy. You never know what you might find. I highly recommend just cross-checking this website to see if you can get a better deal. As you can probably tell, they do offer some sort of bulk discount if you are ordering a bunch of things at once. So it is worth maybe checking out, especially if you're buying a lot of software. Just use this as another place to check and see if you can get a better deal. So I bought a few things from this website, I think a couple years back, mainly some of the iZotope plugins and definitely some of the FabFilter plugins that were available because they were slightly cheaper. I think they were like 10, 15 bucks cheaper from the actual Black Friday sale price. So it was worth it for me because I can get a better deal, put everything together. You get your license pretty much immediately. There's not really anything sketchy about it. And they do offer these group buy features where you can essentially get a plugin for cheaper because people are buying and pitching money to at the same time. So sometimes get a good deal, sometimes not. Worth checking out, worth spending some time on digging and just making sure you can find some cool stuff. They also have a free section. Keep in mind that a lot of these free plugins, like you can download directly from the developer website, but sometimes those websites will cancel those free downloads and only have it for a limited duration. This is maybe a good way to find those downloads that have maybe disappeared over the years. Just out of this list too, like if I'm going to download anything, I would definitely recommend iZotope Vinyl. It's a great vinyl RC20 kind of equivalent for anyone that wants to get a one on the budget. Span by Voxengo, it should be free. If we scroll down, we should see it here. Span is great for mixing. I highly recommend you download it. It's a good visual spectrum analyzer to just see how your mix is translating. You never know what you might find, and they're free, when it comes down to it. And this is the third and final one, but music software deals. I actually got this recommended from a friend of mine. This is the best place and the only one I really think you should spend your time on because this tells you the cheapest place to find anything you might want. Gives you price history, gives you the equivalent of just figuring out like, am I getting a good deal on this plugin that I'm buying for $100 when it's available somewhere else for maybe 50, 60 bucks. What it basically does is it aggregates every single platform and gives you the best deal and price history for that platform. For example, if I wanted to buy FabFilter Pro Q3, for example, right? Search that up and now it's like, all right, I found it. If I click on it, it's going to give me the plugin boutique, which I don't really want to have, so I'm going to close it. But now it shows me, okay, it's available in 6 different stores. And it gives me the price breakdowns for all those stores. For example, I can see best service is only $126 for some reason. I haven't actually used this site before, but it's cheaper. who knows why, you know? So it's always worth just double checking to see, is this a good deal for me or not? You can see Plugin Boutique. I generally use that for a lot of the plugins I buy, so I'd probably trust that more than the Best Service website, but it's a great way to just see. We can look up other plugins as well, just to give you a better range on price history. I can just see, let's look up Faceplant, for example, and see if there's a way to actually see where it's available, or even Black Hole. You know, you can see even just like looking on the right side here, the price discrepancies, right? If we look at Melda Productions Multi-Analyzer, you can see it's ranging from $27 on the low end to $32 on the high end. There's a big, not maybe huge difference between the two prices, but you can see like, oh, like if you're trying to spend money and you're trying to save money while you're purchasing things, it's worth checking out. You never know what you can get. A lot of times companies like this will try to price match with each other just to get their margins lower and just to get your business. So you can see Best Service, for example, a lot of their plugins are actually significantly cheaper, except for the Eastwood Hollywood Orchestra Opus Diamond. Apparently they're charging $20 more than all the other competitors, which is interesting. You never know what you might find. It's a great way and a great thing to check, and I highly recommend it because you will save a ton of money. You'll save a ton of time. It takes a little bit of the stress out of having to go to a bunch of different websites just to see and maybe save, you know, $5 to $10. So one thing I highly recommend that I didn't mention before is that if you are signed up with developers directly on their website, for example, Isotope, FabFilter, Melda Production, Karani Sounds, any of those other, you know, random developers that have a built-in website where you can buy directly from them, I highly recommend you sign up and you just make sure to keep on tabs of their mailing list. Sometimes they do offer a discount for their members directly on the site if you purchase it from them directly. Second thing is that they will sometimes offer educational discounts, which can sometimes stack with your actual discounts. So rather than paying $100 for a plugin that's on sale, you might pay $70 because they do offer, you know, like a 30% discount for educational. So you never know. If you have access to it, .edu email, or you're still a student, take advantage of it while you can, because why spend the money if you don't have to? This would be my first and last stop whenever I'm actually going to buy anything, because then I actually know, like, okay, I'm going to get the best deal available from anywhere else on the website and anywhere else overall, which is a great way to maximize my time and my money. So